and co-founder Incard, the financial platform for high-growth digital companies, and Thomas Depoit, managing partner at SmartFin, the lead investors in Incard's recent whopping £10 million Series A funding round. As a serial entrepreneur in the digital space, Theo experienced firsthand the challenges of managing finances with outdated tools, which both cost money and wasted time. That's what led him to build Incard, a new financial layer for modern entrepreneurs that sit on top of banking, payments, and custom financial add-ons, and adapts them to the way modern digital businesses actually run. Theo, Thomas, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
So Theo, let's put the spotlight on you for a second, because I really want to ask you exactly what I just described. Is that correct, or was that a bit of a simplification of what you're doing with Incard?
Yeah, that's correct. So we are trying to build a sort of financial operating system for high growth businesses. The idea is to build something more than just a bank, but a product that can help them scale and grow and not slow them down.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that is the experience of many founders in Europe, that our banking offerings are not often up to snuff. I'm sure, Thomas, that you've experienced that with a lot of portfolio founders of yours.
Yeah, exactly. I think it resonates well. And it's not just the banking side, it's also the software side. I think the vision of Incard is to actually integrate those more strongly. And that's also what we liked.
Theo, maybe just for everyone to fully understand your journey as a founder before, what was that and how does it tie into building Incard today?
So I've been a founder since about 10 years now. So I started with ecom. Then I moved into SaaS and media agencies. And I always had issues with managing cash flows, shifting across multiple platforms that were very fragmented at the time. Impossible to track my bottom line in real time or without spending hours every month. So I was very frustrated for a long time. And then I met my co-founders, one of them at uni, and then when I came in the UK in 2020. And I realized that they had the same issues. So we were not the only one. So we said, let's build something better, not just another bank that is one size fits all, but something much bigger that is, as Thomas said, a financial software that can help those entrepreneurs spend less time managing their finance and focus more on their business and help them grow and scale. So that's how the idea came from. It's really having that pain point firsthand, running our business, and then meeting those thousands of founders as we started Incard and realizing that the problem was much bigger than we expected. So, yeah.
Thomas, maybe you could dive in a bit here as a Series A investor, sharing with everyone, how do you think about a company like this at the Series A stage? What were you looking for? What did you see that made you think, okay, this is the one?
Well, I think the usual things are always the market, the team, and the product, and I think it ticked all the boxes. I will say what ultimately, maybe something about SmartFin. We have affinity with financial technologies, but we're not per se obsessed with a pure play payment platform. We're often more software-ish, if you want, in our portfolio, with several of the companies we invested in. And so this fits that as well. It's the combination of the payment product, the banking solution, if you want, and then the software around it that sort of made us make the decision. But ultimately, I think the intensity and the quality of the founding team is obviously what makes you tip right, because we see a lot of companies and you only zoom in on a few. So I think that was ultimately the key decision factor.
Yeah. Just for anyone thinking about fintech today, what are you looking for metrics and traction wise at Series A?
It's not a checklist. I think in general, what we like to see is companies that obviously show steady growth, which is the case. I don't know if it was, if you want to disclose that, Theo, but you grew like X-fold last year, right? In terms of, and then path going forward. The philosophy is actually that the market cannot be the bottleneck in the growth, but that the bottleneck is potentially, steps that the company can solve by adding capital. I think that's exactly the case here. Towards the end of the year, they achieved a license in the UK, and then there's a few next very practical steps that need to happen to facilitate more growth, where you, by adding people, by having the budgets available, you can actually trigger that yourself. The market is waiting for the solution in a way. So,
Theo, maybe you can talk a bit about exactly how you're fixing the factors that are in the system of banking today.
Yes, so with my co-founder, we were thinking for a long time on how can we customize the banking experience for founders, because we started with a clear belief that every business is unique and they all had unique financial workflow. So we don't understand why their bank looks the same. We wanted to find a nice way to customize their experience. And the solution was to combine the best of modern fintech with an app store. And this app store gives you access to industry-specific features that you can add on to your product. And this will customize your banking experience. So an e-commerce founders will have a unique financial stack that is different than an agency owners or a reseller, because they will all activate different apps inside their banking app. So that's what InCard is building. So the outcome of those apps is to save them like precious time, so they can automate their financial workflows, and they can also earn some cash because we have developed a unique loyalty program in partnership with Visa and media platforms, where we can give them a lot of cash back on their key expenses, such as advertising spend, SaaS, travel, and so on. So that's a bit this approach of, in short, becoming that sort of orchestration layer for all their stack. So instead of using 6 disconnected tools, they use one, and they can customize it the way they want.
Yeah. Thomas, I'm going to ask you a tough question now, and that is, how do you underwrite Theo and his team in what is a pretty competitive market? Like, it's not more than 2 months ago, I had a frontline back company on the podcast that are doing a somewhat similar thing, and the journey is actually very similar, Theo. They came out of also having been entrepreneurs before and seen all the pain and like being super frustrated at the end of every month, not being able to know what's really going on without spending a ton of time. So Thomas, can you talk a bit about how you underwrite a company like InCard in a market where there's a lot of different competitors across Europe?
Yes, it's true, but it's more nuanced, I will say, because if you look at, it depends a bit how you define the playing field, right? You can say financial products as a whole. There's probably hundreds and thousands of players, or you can play the new generation, and how many are there. I think in any case, what is a fact is there's a lot of competition. I think what triggered us was this quite unique view of banking platform, software platform apps. We have invested in several SaaS companies that are around reporting, around cash flow management, etc. Some of them are doing really well. But it's true that it's always 2 steps, right? The banking experience, the software experience. Bringing that together makes sense. And yes, maybe others will do that as well, or try that as well. But we did review the technology, the way it was built, the way it's gonna evolve, and we were really convinced that InCard can become a large company. And maybe there will be other large companies, but for sure there is a specific opportunity for them to go after. Yeah. And then lastly, I would say, and I said it before, the intensity and the velocity, the pace at which the company is evolving, I think is quite unique as well.
just to make it abundantly clear, I was not raining on anyone's parade here. I was just trying to tease out a learning for entrepreneurs across Europe that you can build in a space where there are other people building in a very similar way in a different country and still be worthwhile and still be an investment that can attract serious money both at the seed stage and at the Series A and later on. So it was not to say, well, what are you doing different from everyone else? It was just to tease out that the fact is that there are always competitors in different markets, and it's perfectly all right, and you can still get backed, and you can definitely still build a very incredible, important company. Theo, I want to ask you, do you have some cases that you can share of how you're already impacting entrepreneurs' life now?
Yes. So today, entrepreneurs using our platforms, they straight away improve their bottom line because we take a significant cut on our revenue coming from cards to give it back to the entrepreneur to boost their return on spend. So we've helped already hundreds of entrepreneurs to make over 10K back from their spend, which is significant at their stage. And we also save them time, precious time, with our Spend Insights platform because they can activate one module, analyze their spend across all their connected banks and their in-card accounts, and they can save precious cash. So it's always better to save £1 wasted than earn a 3% cash back on £1 waste. So today, that's how we help them on the platform, is really like trying to always give them more cash back while trying to find way through the software to save their time so they can focus on growth and not like trying to connect the dots and consolidate the data. Yep.
Theo, I want to ask you, you announced a round earlier this week. You started not too long ago as a small team of 4 with a bold vision. Now you've just raised a 10 million Series A. Tell us all a bit about what it feels like. What's the day-to-day like right now?
It's very busy. Suddenly we received many emails, many LinkedIn messages. I think beyond like just the cash, I think this partnership with SmartFin is more than just cash. I think it's alignment for us. I think Thomas shared the same vision. We want to become a global financial OS for the digital economy. So they understood our ambition to expand globally. So today, we're just focusing on executing the pitch we told, and so very busy with executing the strategy now.
Thomas, I want to ask you, and I'm going to go to Theo with the same question in just a second, but in your world, where are we moving to? What's the future looking like for InCard?
Well, I guess if things play out the way we hope, this will become a generational company, right? It links a bit to your question around, is this market not saturated? And I don't think it's saturated at all. It's just that the traditional industry, it's known, it has been built under certain contextual parameters, like how a bank should look, how a payment company should look, that have dramatically changed in the recent years. Entrepreneurs are not, their experience is terrible, I think, in general. And so people are getting used to digital experiences, and that's what InCard obviously wants to solve. The ambition and the intention is to be a global platform, or at least an international platform, I will say. So I think that's also quite unique, because you have a lot of neobank type of players that are national focused. I think that's one of the USPs also towards their customers, that InCard wants to be international. And so those elements will hopefully help them grow fast and big. And so I think we're in for an interesting ride.
Theo, does
no
that
pressure,
align with
Theo, no pressure.
Theo, does that
exactly
align
that.
with your own plans?
Completely. I would say like we're focusing now on geographic expansion. So we should be opening the US during the second half of the year, and working on European expansion as well. We're also expanding our product through the App Store. So we were focusing for almost a year and a half on e-com. We're now opening agencies, and we'll be opening and building apps for more vertical as we scale. And finally, as Thomas said, I think we just think differently than any other fintech founders. We are building this product for Gen Z, the next generation of entrepreneurs, and even our tone of voice is different. We are the Marty Supreme of the banking industry, so it's like these young guys that wants to, do things differently, even on our tone of voice, the way we speak, the way we talk to our customers. Yeah, we know our customers. We've been in their shoes for almost 10 years. So we are just building the product they have loved to use. And we see it every day on our Slack. Customers just asking more product, more features, more functionality. And they stop looking and shopping around on Google. They just go on the App Store and keep adding more tools as they scale. So just exciting with what's to come. We'll see also more content about us in the coming weeks on YouTube. Yeah, stay tuned.
So cool too. Before we close, I want to ask you just exactly what founders, what companies are your users? And what do you want to say to those that are tuning in today, frustrated with their own bank stack, so to say?
So we are focusing on D2C founders or any high growth businesses that spend heavily on marketing, on ads like Meta, TikTok, Snapchat, and that are looking for a solution to earn 2% cash back on all those expenses, as well as save time, so optimize their entire financial stack so they can orchestrate and manage everything in a simple tool. So anyone that see themselves in this, we are happy to onboard you. And also, I would add that we will not freeze your account like most of existing solution when they see big transaction coming through. We are used to it. So yeah, you are in a safe place.
It is incredibly important that your partner is someone who knows how to engage with startups. And who better than that than the startup themselves? What about, I guess, typically when founders raise a bunch of money, that means that there's a bunch of hiring that's going to happen.
True. So we are hiring. We have a few positions open. So if you are a builder as well and wants to build the future of finance for the modern business of today, we are happy to hear from you. So we have engineering role, product manager, design. Yeah, anyone, just reach out.
Why should standout operators pick you over someone else? What's the reason to go to InCard?
Can I answer that?
Yeah,
Thomas, go. That's cool.
It's more an anecdote than an answer to your question. I will say that after every meeting, me and my colleague Laura have the reflex, damn, I would like to work here. So I think that says it all. The intensity of the team is quite impressive. Yeah.
Theo, that was a good compliment.
Yeah, no, it's good. Thanks. I would say I will note it. Yeah, no, I think we leave people freedom to be creative, and we give them so much ownership. We are a lean team, so it's very hard to join us. But if we trust you, then you have the freedom to build the way you want. And actually, a lot of our employees are former founders as well. And all from all around the world. So that's super exciting. We want to keep that lean team. So if you are looking to join what we call the Navy SEAL, yeah, happy to hear from you as well. But yeah, that's ownership we give, and trust is unparalleled. There is no ego, there is no politics. Yeah, just get the shit done.
Yeah, just get shit done. Theo, I want to ask you one thing before we close, because you are a serial entrepreneur. You've done this before. Now you're building in the era of AI, and you just used a word that made me think here, because you said we're building a Navy SEAL. That's kind of what it seems to be with most serial entrepreneurs, that they're saying now, we're looking for senior people doing their stuff their own. Just get shit done, as you called it. Am I right in saying that it's significantly different to be building this time around, and you're seeing that what you want are people that are really able to just do things on their own and trust their own gut and ship product?
Oh yes, I would say yes. It's so much easier now to scale with a small team because all the small tasks and admin can be completely automated across all departments by building some custom automation yourself or by using like new product that became available for compliance, for many other aspects of the business. So it clearly allows us to run the business with like less than 30 people today, which is very small for a fintech team that is onboarding customer across Europe, UK. So definitely, I think the first thing we do is we try to automate all, I would say, lower priority tasks or tasks that are not adding too much value from a ROE standpoint. And then we just hire people for their creativity and their expertise. So much senior people that can, have that same approach and able to automate like, what the need and junior were doing with an agent today.
Yeah, it's incredible what's happening. Thomas, do you have any observations we should close on this new wave of entrepreneurs and operators building in the era of AI?
Well, I mean, I think this team is a good example of what you can achieve with a small team that is dedicated, passionate, but also, I mean, top quality. I will say. I don't think this is a company where everybody would thrive. I mean, you really need to be excellent to join them, and we hope people will do that, and I'm sure it will happen. So,
incredible, gentlemen! Thank you so much for joining me today, Theo. Absolutely incredible what you're doing and what you're building. Congratulations on the big news and on your continued journey.
Thank you for having us.